Hey, grace and peace to the saints. You know, as I was reading Romans, I was reading a particular scripture in verse 1, or chapter 1. It's verse 5, actually. And it says, for obedience to the faith among all nations. That's just a part of the verse. It stood out to me, and I started meditating on it. And I was like, Lord, man, it's hard to be a follower of Christ. Like, it's really hard because it's easier to stop sinning on the outward, to give up, lust of the flesh, like smoking, drinking, et cetera, et cetera. It was easier to do that, but it's harder to change, like for your heart to change, for your character to change. It's harder. And the Lord said, didn't you know that following the law of spirit, the spirit of life, is harder than the law of Moses? He said, that's the point. It's harder. And that's why he often told the Pharisees, it's the outward plate is clean, but the inner is disgusting. When he said that, I just started thinking, like, man, like, Jesus, the scriptures are a complete truth, because Jesus literally gave us all we need to know in this Bible. Like, everything is in here for real. And it also kind of ties together, what the enemy is trying to do right now, as far as just really making it harder for the saints, with temptation. And those that are stronger, they are enduring. They have a stronger endurance. But those that might be weaker, it might be harder. And I've been going through things this past week, that I'm just like, why am I even being tempted with these things? But saints, like, this is just a word of encouragement. Just keep trying. Just get through it, because we're almost at the finish line and Christ is waiting for us. And it's like, we don't do it for ourselves. Our motivation needs to be him. Like, we do it for Jesus. And everything, just thinking back on everything he did for us. And I know when you're really going through things, when you're really going through strong temptations and urges to do things that are out of your character, because once you start walking with Jesus, your character becomes his character. I mean, like, you are one, literally, which is, wow, I'm not even going to talk about that, but that's just incredible. But just endorse it. That's why the scripture says, he who endures to the end will be saved.